Also, I'd love to give a shout out to Satan. Also, I'd love to give a shout out to Satan.
This is the United Uprising channel. Welcome to today's show. This is absolutely unbelievable. Doja Cat, who I've covered in the past many times, because Doja Cat is just openly dressing, showing itself as a demon, talking about the Illuminati, talking about child sacrifice, all this stuff, has an interview. It's supposed to be a spoof, but of course, they always title these things and make these things look like a spoof when they're speaking the truth. And she goes into detail using code words, the same code words that I've revealed and many others have revealed over the years involving that gate, involving, their favorite thing, pizza. They use code words like that so they can get away with talking about this stuff out in the open. And I'm going to get into detail about it, but there's a really good chance that this video gets a strike because anytime you cover this topic or topics related to this, you get a strike. So please make sure you sub to my backup channel, Call for Vengeance. That's where I'll be. I'm trying to build the channel out, but obviously I have to go through this over and over and over again. So if you haven't subbed to it yet, sub to it because there's a really good chance this gets a strike. I just got one on another channel a day ago. You all know the routine, so please do that now. And I did upload a video on the website about witches and warlocks who were just arrested and convicted over in Scotland for running. They had a house where all these children were coming in and out and were abused, ritually abused. So many rituals were occurring. It's some of the most disgusting crap you could possibly imagine, but I got to get this truth out. We all need to get this truth out so people would realize that these people who are trying to get into schools and emerge in society as Satanists and witches, we don't really worship or do any of that stuff. It's exactly what they do, and it's exactly why they've been persecuted time and time again throughout history, because the rituals that they perform involve children. Okay, that video is available on the website, uprisingrevival.com. I recommend you join now if you haven't yet, because you can't talk about that stuff over here. And the topic I'm about to discuss is another topic you can't discuss, but I'm going to show you how in our faces this stuff is. So Doja Cat, who's marked up with Illuminati symbolism, shows the satanic pentagram over and over again, an obsession with eyeballs. These are all signs and symbols that show us that these people are in the occult. Now, we should already know they're in the occult because they're famous. They're only famous because of that reason. These people are not famous because they're talented. They're famous because they're put in these positions to influence you, influence your behavior, to indoctrinate you with occult practices. That is why we're in the situation we're in now. That is why the world is upside down. That is why so much perversion is being promoted and why so many people have no morals anymore, because of these people. Doja Cat uploaded this video to the Doja Cat YouTube channel. Somehow Doja Cat has millions of subscribers. Don't ask me how, but Doja Cat does. And Doja Cat influences these people. She just had the video, or he just had the video, whatever you want to call it. Paint the Town Red, where they're showing you satanic ritual sacrifice and all this stuff out in the open. Well, Doja Cat here with 12.3 million subs uploaded a video. It's a spoof type of interview. It's called Doja Cat Answers the Hard Questions, okay? You're going to see references to pizza, okay? A pizza party right on the stage, right? And when they say that, they're referencing disgusting, disturbing acts with children. Goes on to talk about some stuff that I have to cut out of here because there's a lot of curse words about defecating, having people defecate on her. These are things you'll find if you study the occult, the rituals they perform, not just with children, with other people in the occult. They defecate, they do all sorts of disgusting, unimaginable things with one another. Then Doja Cat goes on to talk about the Illuminati and mentions applesauce, mentions chicken wings. When they use food code words, it's a reference to children. Applesauce is a reference to what is the word? Let's just say the word gay, okay, right? That's what it's a reference to. Sauce is a referencing the term of orgy. So talking about these things with, of course, youngsters. I'm trying to figure out how to word this so I can have this up here on YouTube, okay? Goes on to reference lizard people, satanic goat sacrifice. I have a whole list of the stuff. I might as well just rant about it after the fact. Look at this absolute disgusting abomination. Of course, this will not get a strike from YouTube, not that that matters. But what does matter is that this is being promoted to teens, to young children. They think that it's a big joke. And if they realize what these people were involved in, they would quickly wake up, snap out of the trance they're in, and go after these people for the abominations that they're a part of. Listen to this absolute disgusting mess that comes out of this demon's mouth.
Are you here? Why are you sitting down with me today? I'm here for the pizza party. I'm here for the pizza party. Yeah, I mean, I want you to face. I know that for a fact.
Perks come with being in the Illuminati.
Free applesauce,
I love applesauce.
chicken wings. But I haven't seen any lizard guys in suits. I want to do goat sacrifices. Also, I'd love to give a shout out to Satan
Do you indulge in any form of worship?
all the time.
So tell me about that.
I give my demons free cheese. I give my demons free cheese.
That's unusual, but I appreciate that. A lot of
When I was
people.
13, I was circumcised. I wanted to know what it felt like.
Does it hurt?
Yes, it did.
No.
I know that you've been painting. Unfortunately, I've painted a bunch of hot dogs and popcorn.
What?
But I spent days making those paintings. They are demonic and satanic. And that sucks.
Do you appreciate the people and the fans who support your music?
My fans. My fans are dumb.
Yeah.
Today.
I'm here for the pizza party.
Perks come with being in the Illuminati.
Free applesauce. I want to do goat sacrifices. Also, I'd love to give a shout out to Satan.
So it's hard to believe some of the stuff that they do this day and age, but I mean, they get away with it now, right? They get away with it because they use things like misinformation. I get strikes on videos just talking about this topic, saying that it's hurtful and harmful to talk about what these people are openly admitting to and saying, right? I said earlier, for those of you that are new to all this stuff, they use code words with food, okay? That's why they in movies and shows and when they're out in public, they talk about food like this. You'll see like on their Instagram accounts, Miley Cyrus with pizza slices, little kids with pizza slices on them. This is how they get away with this stuff. They're referencing these things. They're using common basic foods like pizza, like the Ninja Turtles with pizza. They do this over and over again in our pop culture, okay? So the fact that Doja Cat is on here, just did the videos Paint the Town Red, et cetera, where there's demons, manifesting, possessing people. That's because these rituals involving children that they perform, which go back to the teachings they follow of Aleister Crowley, people who have been normalized in pop culture by Jay-Z and the Beatles. The rituals they perform involve young children, okay? So talking about a pizza party, then going into detail about the Illuminati, right? Why would you join the Illuminati? What do you get for being a member of the Illuminati? Oh, I get free applesauce, okay? That's referencing free young children involved in a ritual, what's the term I could use? Intercourse ritual with young children, many of whom are involved at once because it means orgy. So that's what he's referencing when they say applesauce. Chicken wings is another code. Lizard people, goes on to talk about lizard people. I just mentioned in a video I did on this channel, the Mountain Dew video, about lizard people. The term reptilians, how they're using Wikipedia to deflect off of that. They love bringing attention to this about lizard people because what they really are demon-possessed people, okay? People that aren't even real. They're demonically possessed. They summon spirits by doing these rituals with young children that they openly talk about and confess to. And then, of course, they refer to things like lizard people where you would think they wouldn't even bring attention to this stuff. But they bring attention to it because, one, people can't wrap their heads around demonic possession, even though every month they go see the newest movie about demonic possession. They think all that's fictional, yet their soul is, telling them that this stuff is real. They feel drawn to see these movies over and over again, but they're told that that is fake. And then, of course, they're told all the stuff in the news is real, which couldn't be faker, right? So real truth is revealed in a lot of these films, as hard as it is for us to wrap our heads around it. Goes on to talk about, after lizard people, goat sacrifices, right? We know the Baphomet, right? The goat. We know even from just small things in pop culture like the Rolling Stones, always showing us goat sacrifice, right? I've covered stories in the past where they found goats sacrificed, at these locations where thousands of goats are sacrificed. And they're like, we think it was some type of ritual. Do you think? Oh, would somebody just go there and say they wanted to sacrifice a goat because they had nothing better to do on a Wednesday afternoon? Huh? Okay, goat sacrifice. Talks about sacrificing goats to Satan. Goes on to give a shout out to Satan, right? How often do we hear this in pop culture? Shout out to the devil, right? Running with the devil, dancing with the devil. All this stuff is constantly revealed to people, but they do not listen or see it. That is why they censor all of us who are talking about it, because they want to mock you to your face and tell you that they do this stuff and indulge in this stuff. And then, of course, laugh it off and say it's comedy. We're just cracking jokes here. Oh, is this funny? Is anyone watching this interview thinking, is this humor? This is humor. And they're doing it over and over and over again. And then they just shrug it off and go, I mean, it's just sarcasm. I'm just trolling people like this guy who used to upload videos on YouTube. I think his name was A Call for a something. Maybe it was an uprising. I forget. All right. You mean the people that get run off the internet for exposing this stuff? Why are they getting run off the internet if they're all crazy and they, talk about celebrities and stuff? Is that really important? Well, apparently it is, because they don't want you to realize that these people are in the occult. Otherwise, the gig is up and the party's over for them. But it will be over soon enough when our king returns. So, goes on to say about indulging in satanic worship, right? Give my demon free cheese is a line used by Doja Cat. So you might be wondering, what does that mean, free cheese? Well, cheese is a code word as well, because they're all really just code words, right? Cheese means little girl. Okay, that's the code word of cheese, little girl. So going on to say that she likes to give her demon little girls, which means those are the offerings that she's giving to the demon that she summons. A lot of these celebrities summon these spirits into their bodies through these ritual sacrifices. They give offerings, right? Christians should be aware of this. This goes back to the Old Testament and Baal worship. Offerings of children, okay? That's what goes on with these people. So what do you think somebody wrote this and they're just like, hey, wouldn't it be funny? Let's do a thing. You talk about pizza. 99% of the population don't even know what that means. Any of the stuff revolving around pizza. They've heard the Gate story because they've created a psyop around it so that if anybody ever did research it, the only stories that would come up were a guy running into the pizza parlor and shooting a computer, right? That was all done by design. These are all code words they use in emails, they use in television, they use in movies, they use food. And nobody, what do you think? They're being goofy? Yeah, Doja Cat's talking about giving cheese to her demons when cheese is code word for little girl, right? Indulging in satanic worship. Talking about, what do you get for being in the Illuminati? Oh, you get free applesauce, right? We know walnuts are code word. Ice cream's code word. Pasta's code word. These are common foods that they use as code words. Now they're so bold that they're out there openly doing this on their YouTube channels, flaunting this in our faces and getting away with it because they know that they could just get stuff like this flagged, and they know that the audience that listens to them, who they hate, as Doja Cat even goes on to say she hates her audience, because they hate their audience. They hate the people that listen to them. They don't care about them. Their whole job is to pervert and corrupt them and lead their souls to hell. That's what they get paid for. That's why they're famous and put in these positions. And on top of that, their souls hate humanity. They hate everyone. Can't you tell? Can you not see that celebrities hate the people that follow and worship them? Can you not tell the government hates all of us? A lot of us can tell, but the majority of people don't seem to be able to because they're too busy being put under this hypnosis that these celebrities care about them and love them, and they love them back. And the celebrities don't love them. So I'm saying they love them back. The celebrities' fans love them. They idol worship them. The Bible warns about idol worship and how dangerous it is because they're getting their influence and their behavior trained into them, indoctrinated into them. They're telling them what to think, what to wear, what to accept, what not to accept. That's why we're in this mess that we're in. There's no morals anymore. They teach you that love is tolerance. Oh, love wins. Why do you think all the celebrities are like, love wins, love's great, love, love, love? They couldn't be filled with more hate. They're pushing love because they want you to be tolerant of all this sick perversion that they're normalizing. And Doja Cat is one of the people fully responsible. Listen to the perverse crap that's getting spewed out of Doja Cat's mouth. Talking about giving free cheese to the demon. Goes on to talk about at 13, how Doja Cat was circumcised. Well, that was definitely a lot of truth exposed in this video because a lot of people look at Doja Cat. You think Doja Cat's really a woman? I mean, let's be real. This is a woman? I don't think so. And anybody out there that thinks it is, think again, okay? You can tell just looking at these things. They're giant hands. Got hands like Barlow the vampire, right? Nosferatu's hands. Looking like Nosferatu up there on the stage. Hey, give me a break. Goes on to reference more food. What do you paint, Doja Cat? I paint hot dogs, right? What do you think? That's some type of humor? How zombified do you have to be to listen to that and be like, hot dogs? Doja Cat paints hot dogs. Hot dogs, code word. What? Boy. That's what hot dogs is code word for. So paints pictures of boys. I wonder what the acts are in the pictures that she paints of little boys, right? Unbelievable. How many times did Doja Cat reference Satan? How many videos recently in this album are about Satan? Are you going to tell me that's the theme of the whole album, right? Only has all-seeing eyes tattooed on its body, right? Spiders tattooed. I mean, these things, these demons have revealed themselves to us. And they've put rules and laws in place to protect them. And on top of that, they've put new things in place to protect them, like hate speech. Because this video will be considered hate speech for exposing what they're really saying to you. They're speaking in code, okay? Right in front of you. If they openly came out and said, yeah, I do this and I do that, Well, people would wake up and they probably go after these people. But actually, at this point in society that we're living, people would probably just laugh it off. She could probably go on stage and say, I sacrifice little kids, and they go, ha 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 ha. Then she'd actually perform the ritual on stage and they go, oh, that's probably just an act and just a stunt. Then they'd realize it's real and they'd probably go, oh, okay, well, Doja Cat's doing it. It's cool. I'll partake in the satanic ritual. And that's how we get in the situation that we're in. And that's why I harp on men needing to be men and women needing to be women and policing their children and raising their children properly. Get away from the institutions. Get the kids away. Get them away from technology. Take the power that the celebrities have over the children away, which is devices, technology. They aren't coming to your front door with this stuff. You're bringing it into your home. The TV, the internet, etc. If you're going to let them be on that stuff, then police what they're watching. 24/7, not 10 hours a day, 24/7, because they have access to this around the clock. You think you're putting your kid to bed at 10 o'clock at night? Well, if you got the phone in the room, not only are you giving them EMF radiation poisoning, but the kid's probably waking up in the night and going on the internet and looking this stuff up. Okay? These are the witches and Satanists around us that are being revealed, are all the famous people. It is no longer a conspiracy, it is a fact. They're telling us this. Right? And then they tell us stuff like, hey, wasn't it tragic? The stuff that happened to witches and warlocks in the past, the witch trials. No, it wasn't tragic. You know why they were doing it? Not because you look like ugly freaks. They were doing it because you were partaking in rituals that involved children. You were partaking in this stuff. And by partaking in this stuff, you are thus murderers. You are thus a problem to have in our society. And that's why civilians took matters into their own hands so many times. Now, you can't even breathe on somebody. Why do you think these laws are in place? It's to protect them from us because they don't want to have happen what happened to witches and Satanists in the past happen now. So they're not only protected so much so in those ways, they've weakened the church. So the church hears someone like me, they're like, he's crazy, he's violent, he's scary. I'm trying to protect children from these wicked monsters. And they keep dwindling my audience down lower and lower and lower so that I can't get this truth out to people. Okay, but I'm going to keep fighting, and I need you to fight with me. This is why I need you to subscribe to my backup channel now, because this is probably going to get a strike. And this will be available on the website, uprisingrevival.com, and I recommend you join for $3 a month. Okay, it's not to line my pockets. It's $3 to run the website. I send out mass emails to people so they can know that I'm uploading. I send out mass emails I have to pay for so that you know I can upload where I'm uploading for free on YouTube. On top of that, it's got people, I have to maintain the website to keep the trolls out. Believe it or not, people are willing to sign up for the website for free just to troll the forum and troll people like me and you. Okay? And it's not that any of us actually care these people troll, but they put up, they'll troll and put up really disgusting stuff. They'll troll and try to distract you from getting the information that you need to get on the website. So that's why it's $3 a month. I don't know why people aren't joining it, but I understand, some people don't want to. The information over there is necessary. You'll understand and learn all this stuff. You can't talk about this stuff. Otherwise, every video I would do would be about topics like this in more detail, which I've done over the years. And since I started, even though I'm a new YouTuber, since I started, you can't even mention this stuff anymore. It's crazy what you can and cannot say over the last 5 years. And we've allowed them to take our rights away because they've convinced people that it's hate speech and this and that. It's all made up stuff to protect these people from other people learning the truth. That's what it's about. They don't want you to realize who they are and what they do, or they'd all be thrown in. They'd be lucky if they were thrown in prisons. But that's what would happen to all of them. Is people will go, yeah, is this why there's so many problems in the world? Because of Satanists? Yes, that's why. But instead, what do? They promote the Satanic Temple, and people are like, they're not real Satanists. Oh, no, they're not real Satanists. They say, hail Satan. I don't know what else they possibly do or say to show you that they're Satanists. They only care about abortions. They only care about going after people who claim to be victims of satanic ritual. I'm pretty insane that people fall for it. And that's why I am a threat to them and you are a threat to them. Because when you think and when you see this and when you point it out, it endangers their existence. Okay? Because when people realize who they are, this won't happen any longer. And this doesn't just tie into Doja Cat and Hollywood. It ties into politics, corporations, brands. What do you think they push? All this sick, perverse crap. Oh, they're supporting this month. They're supporting, look at all the stuff we're seeing at the stores now. They have pentagram this, pentagram that, Baphomet this, trans that. All done by design by these people. And all these rules and laws that have been put in place are to protect them and to make sure the truth doesn't get out, because they know what will happen to them if people realize the truth, which is why they don't want me around. But I'm going to continue to keep fighting, and I hope you'll fight with me. Sub to my backup channel now if you haven't. Share this video with people. New people. Let's get new people to find truth. Please. I'm trying. I've been suppressed this week, and look how hard I'm trying to get the truth out. You know, getting 3/4 that, whatever. I got to get this out. People need to know this information. We need to stop it from happening because children's lives are at stake because of monsters like this. I thank you for being here, everybody. Hope to see you on the website, uprisingrevival.com. As always, God bless you and your families.